Hey, hi, it's Barbie, and welcome to the middle of the road. We're kind of in the middle of the road. I decided because it is so unghastly hot around here, I'm just going to have to drive while I do this, because it doesn't matter where I go, I'm going to have an air conditioner in the background, unless I go to someplace public, and I ain't doing it. As I drive upon a campaign sign that should be thrown away. Okay, so yesterday I mentioned that there was a sign, a little plaque behind Steve Bannon's head that said, "I don't believe in conspiracies, but I don't believe in coincidence." So let me give you some coincidence. It has, back in the 80s, late 80s, during the disco time frame, we all know that Epstein and our current president were buddies. And they partied together, and they checked out women together, and we already know that, like it's a big thing now, just because Elonia said it, now people are starting to believe it, even though it's been proven a while back that Trump's name was already on the list. It was already proven a while back, because they had the documents, that Epstein had 16 different ways to contact Trump. Now, the only reason you would have 16 different ways to contact somebody was if that person was your boss, your business partner, whatever, right? Stick with me. So Epstein gets into trouble in the early 2000s because they've been rocking and rolling it. They've been the Lolita Express and all this stuff. But in the early 2000s, Epstein gets in trouble in Florida. He has to do 2 years because of his trouble in Florida. He then continues doing what he's doing, right? He continues doing this for a few more years. Until he gets caught again. And this time they have enough to get his little chickie. So Chickie's in trouble. Epstein's in trouble. And who was the president at the time? That Epstein was unalived in his jail cell, that all of a sudden the cameras don't work, all of a sudden no one's there to keep an eye on this prisoner, this high risk, high valued prisoner, and nobody's there. That is crap. That is crap. We all knew it was crap. Everybody has said since day one that it was crap. But here's the problem, is that if you're part of the mob, or if you've got an illegal organization and you have one guy who keeps screwing up and screwing up and screwing up, like Epstein did, you have to get rid of him before he starts running his mouth. Because if you think he won't run his mouth to save his ass, you're wrong. Okay, so Epstein's gone, everything's kind of hush-hush on that front. But at the same time, and in the same area of the country, Florida, basically, you also get the Tate Brothers coming up. They seem to basically have taken over exactly where Epstein left off. Now, I'm not saying that this is a conspiracy. I'm just saying that there is no such thing as coincidence. So, you have Epstein's dead, Trump is president, then not president. But when he was not president, what are all of his little enterprises? Exactly. Because he seems to be involved with the Tates as well. The Tates get in the same trouble that Epstein was in trouble for here. They're getting in trouble for it over there in Britain and in Romania. And who the hell came to their rescue? Our current president. Again, I'm not saying, but I'm saying that the coincidences don't So now you have the Tates in trouble. You have all these Epstein files coming up. I'm telling you right now, the pimp daddy himself is Trump. Pimp daddy himself is Trump. I'm going to say it. Nobody else is willing to say it, but I'm going to say it because there are too many fingers pointing in the exact same direction. You cannot deny that there is not connections there. Why would you bring back sex traffickers? Why would you bring back into this country people that you knew were guilty of the crimes that they were being accused of? You knew. Even Britain has come out and said it. And yet our current president did. He did. So all this Epstein thing, I know that everybody is like, ooh, Epstein, we're going to find out. We're going to find out. Like I said yesterday, I want the names because I want every single one of them gone. I want every one of them gone. If Lindsey Graham is on there, adios. I don't care. I don't care how long you have been in Congress or you have been in the Senate. I do not care how long you have been breathing on this earth. I do not care. If you touched a young lady without her consent, and her consent being that she was old enough to make that consent, then you deserve to go to jail. But isn't it going to be interesting when all of this comes out? Because you know that there are people who know. If Kash Patel was sitting there talking about how disgusting some of this stuff was, then you know it's bad. It's way bad. It's sick bad. But, hey, why not? It would be, it's all logical. It all makes sense. It all kind of adds up. It doesn't seem to be. And I know that everybody's going to say, again, it's a conspiracy theory. But I'm telling you, I don't think that it is. And I have been right on these things many times before. Many times before. You watch. You watch. Ghislaine, she could talk. She knows. She's got secrets. We don't need the Epstein files. We have her until she's dead. Until she's, unalived. And right now they don't want her unalived because that would draw too much suspicion. Oh, and let me tell you something else. The one person I think is going to be the most involved in that with the baby boys is going to be Don Jr. It's not going to be Eric. Eric doesn't seem like the type, but Don Jr., another story altogether. Another story altogether. Yeah. I'm entitled to my opinion, and this is my opinion, and it's based on facts, so I'll do the facts. Anyway, y'all take care. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.